Welcome back. Now this week we caught up with former Bafana and Pirates striker Benni MacCarthy at the Copa Coca Cola Under-17 launch. Benni gave us his thoughts on South African football development as well as his former team Orlando Pirates.
Benni, thank you so much for joining us on Eshibobo.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been a long time coming.
I believe this is your first sit down with us.
Yeah, it's my first and hope it's a great one.
Of course it will be. Okay, so tell us a bit about your involvement with Copa Coca Cola and why we're here.
Obviously I was asked to just come on board and help with the development with the young kids, because as a product of being a young kid myself from an underprivileged area, so I did pretty well for myself. I did okay, so I think they thought that I could be a good voice for young players where they can listen and try and follow in that footsteps, but just do it better than what I did.
Speaking of development, do you think that's a term we should be using in South Africa? I mean, because our development is not at the level where we hope it would be. Do you think we're missing something?
No, I think all the right ingredients are there. It's just we misuse it and we don't take full advantage of the development that we have, because the development has been around for since 2005. Coca-Cola has been involved with, and I can remember, but it's just somewhere along the line there's no connection between SASFA and SAFA on the sort of developing players that are good enough to go into the system and represent South Africa then at international level, and then a lot of young players get misdirection and then end up squandering their talents.
Your class of 2000 will qualify for the Olympics, and one could argue that was the last time we had a proper under-23 in this country. Would you say there's a need for it? I mean, this class of 2015 even failed to qualify for All Africa Games. Would you say that there's still a need for under-23s in this country?
There is a need, because I still feel and I still believe very strongly that if only SAFA had stick to their guns and used us, because we graduated from under-20, that team, where we went to the final of the under-20s in Morocco, and then we graduated and then we qualified for the World Cup, and we went to Malaysia where we didn't do too bad. We did really well. We were up against the likes of France, and in the France team they had Thierry Henry, Nicolas Anelka, David Trezeguet, and all three of those boys then graduated and winning the World Cup with the France 98 team. And why couldn't we do that? And we were a good enough team and we had good enough players. But from that whole development team, I think I'm the only one who then excelled and made it to the senior team. So that's why I said, if only there was that understanding where players, if you're good enough, they graduated, maybe about 8 or 9 players could have graduated into the senior level teams, and that would have made such a big difference to South African football.
Now let's shift to your former team, Orlando Pirates. 2 seasons ago they were doing really well. Even obviously you just recently retired with them. This season they're not fighting for anything basically. There's no cup for them to fight for. As far as domestic is concerned, there's no league title for them. What would you attribute their bad form to? It's
tough times, you know. Pirates are suffering, and Pirates it's a people's club. It's a club that's based on their morals, on keeping the fans happy. And at the moment, this season, it's not been happening because it's been a rebuilding process. The people that was in charge of Pirates prior to my retirement basically broke that winning team, that team that had that winning mentality. The likes of Jali's, no Andiles, no more there. It was a key player. Manib Josephs was fundamental. The late Senzo Mayuwa, you know, gone. So myself, I retired. So it's a lot of big characters in the dressing room. But those were players that when things doesn't go right, we pull each other. You know, we pull each other by the hair and say, listen, we can't be losing games like this, or we can't be playing bad. So second half, let's go out there. Those were feisty characters, Lucky Lechwati, you know. So Pirates had those kind of players in the dressing room. So the coach would have his say, and then the players amongst ourselves, we would say, listen, we need to do more. We need to play. We play in 60%. We need to up it up and start playing 100% if we want. Yes. So Pirates had that. Those are leaders in their team, so they have to guide the new players that's coming in into helping, so getting Pirates back to where it's competing with Chiefs, and Chiefs stop becoming a runaway train, because it must feel horrible, because we used to be that runaway train, but now the ties has changed, and Pirates is no more dominant, and they need to try and restore that back. And in a few years' time, if I get my chance, the ties will change. I'm very sure of that. Pirates is a very strong-minded team, and we've got a great president. We've got the best chairman in the world. You know.
I like how you say we.
Because I'm a Buccaneer, and you know my blood's black and white, so the red's gone. Cape Town red gone.
Jose Mourinho released his dream team, Dream 11. Your name was not on there. Surely that your name should have been first on the list, because you arguably started his managerial stardom. You know, you winning that with him in Porto, that Champions League. Were you surprised not to find your name on that list?
I was from the beginning part. So now, as the years went on, the memory doesn't stretch that far back. So he doesn't remember the players that started it off. He remembers the players that he's with now, and that's continuing to help him further his career to become to being one of the best managers in the world. So that's why he's gone for the players that he's gone for. But now I never expected to be there. It would have been nice if he had given me a mention, but unfortunately, I've not got one. So, but yeah.
Last one for our viewers. I'm sure they definitely want to know this. What is Benni doing these days?
At the moment, I'm busy with my UEFA A license, and then hopefully, once I complete my A license and I go on to my UEFA Pro, and then that would complete the cycle for me. Then I've done the highest qualifications that you have. At the moment, I'm helping at my local club in Edinburgh, Scotland, coaching the under-20s and helping out in the senior team, Hibernians FC. And yeah, it's going really great, and I'm enjoying it, really enjoying being back on the field and, helping players. Yeah, absolutely freezing, but great experience helping players develop their talents and things that they didn't know. Once I'm completed, I'm all open to suggestions. Then I can rightfully say that I am a proud coach.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us on the show, and all the best in Scotland. Enjoy the cold.
Thank you very much. An absolute pleasure for having me, and for first time being on your show. Really enjoyed it, and I'm not looking forward to enjoying the cold, but yeah, I'm very much looking forward to enjoying becoming and learning my coaching tactics.
Okay, thank you so much. All the best then.